Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great day today. My name is Rob. Welcome to this EWV briefing. We're going to be talking about, first of all, some of the ongoing severe weather for today, tomorrow. We're also going to talk about the reports we had for yesterday's moderate risk, and we're also going to talk about the flooding from this whole entire event the last 3 days, as well as the upcoming precipitation forecasts and the cool down that we're seeing for parts of the United States for now and upcoming. So let's go ahead and start with the infrared satellite imagery. We have this stall front, like we were saying, that's been really sitting across portions of Texas all the way up into Ohio. This has been really giving us a lot of flooding, severe weather potential, but there is a caveat. We are expecting this to erode now to the east, as we do have that weakening ridge that we've been talking about that's been keeping everything in this area. So hopefully that ridge starts to erode and we start having this front start to move. And that's what we're starting to see here. We are starting to see a progress in motion for that. Let's talk about the hazards for today. First of all, we have flooding and severe weather for parts of Dixie Alley up into Ohio Valley. As you can see here, this big swath of severe weather and flooding. Really, I said, this same area has been training thunderstorms for the whole entire week, pretty much this week. So hopefully this starts to go down soon. From what the precipitation forecast tells us, we should be getting some drying out for those areas, hopefully. And then the other big story is the cooler than average temperatures all the way from New Mexico and Texas all the way up into the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. Going to be seeing some, freeze warnings and watches for those areas. Very, very rare for April, but they do happen sometimes, especially when we had this stall front that goes all the way from one small area all the way up to a different area. And that's what we're seeing here. So very cool than average temperatures behind that cold front. What we are seeing, so some good news for those of you who want some cooler temperatures for, a little bit of shot of that cold winter air before spring and summer really get started. So there's that. And then we also have the storm reports for yesterday here. We have 4 tornado reports. We have, especially for parts of Mississippi. I think we have one also for, I want to say, like Arkansas, maybe Louisiana. I don't remember here, but we did have a few PDS tornado warnings yesterday. We also have 75 wind reports, 2 of those being higher winds, and then we have 5 hail reports. So the hail reports are definitely lacking, but we definitely had a lot of wind and tornado reports for yesterday. Wouldn't be surprised if that number goes up, especially with more surveys. There's a lot of surveys that needs to be done, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see this number go into the double digits by the time this is said and done with for surveying. A lot of surveying being done for this severe weather event for sure. Speaking of severe weather, this is today's severe weather. We have a slight risk for portions of Louisiana all the way up into Georgia. Mostly going to be a tornado and wind event, as you can see here. Tornado risk could be a 5% for portions of Florida Panhandle, up into parts of Alabama and Mississippi. 2% surrounding that. And then for the wind, that's going to be the biggest thing for today. Wind's going to be a 10% for portions of the Panhandle, Louisiana, all the way up into parts of southeast Tennessee, possibly. We could probably see this getting shifted up a little bit in the newest update. As I'm recording this, it's 8 a.m. in the morning, so that's what we are seeing for now. This could definitely change by the time this video comes out. So, and then for the hail, less than 5%. Again, this could change, so we'll have to see what happens with that. So let's talk about tomorrow's severe weather. We actually have a slight risk again here for portions of Florida Panhandle into southeast Georgia. We have a marginal surrounding that, and then we have the small area of general for this area, which is interesting. But if I had to guess, this is probably going to be the same thing, a wind and tornado event. Very conditional, most likely, given the cold front that's progressing. So we'll have to see what happens there. And then we're going to talk about the flooding that we've been seeing the last few days here. This is from Wednesday to today. Parts of Arkansas, especially the Little Rock area, seen all the way up to 10 to 15 inches of rain. This could be higher depending on river flooding and things like that, of course. And then for parts of Kentucky, parts of Paducah and Mayfield and these areas, up to, looks like 15 inches of rain as well. But just a lot of flooding. Very unfortunate situation, of course. We have this stall front that's led to all this flooding. So definitely praying for all those out there who are living in these areas where the rivers are and all the inundation we've had. We're going to talk about some of the precipitation forecasts here. We have some good news for you guys. Those of you who have had all this flooding, we have possibly, hopefully, below average precipitation for most of the central and southern half of the country here, all the way from Florida all the way up to parts of Wisconsin, Michigan, even parts of like New Mexico. So hopefully we get a drier trend. And then for parts of the Northwest and parts of the Northern Plains and the New England Mid-Atlantic, above average precipitation, and an average between, of course. So, and then for the next couple weeks, again, we have another area for drier than average conditions, parts of Florida, which is not good news because we've had wildfire danger in my area. We actually have a critical fire risk for parts of Florida today. And then for parts of the West and the Central Plains, and then for parts of Texas and New Mexico here, maybe even Oklahoma, we have a above average pocket. Maybe we could see some severe weather there in the next couple weeks. And then for parts of the Northern Plains, above average precipitation. So let's look at the temperature forecast here. Looks like we have below average temperatures for portions of Florida and the Southeast. This is for the next 6 to 10 days. Like I said, very happy to see this, by the way. It's April. I would love a good cool down, and looks like we might see that. So, and then for portions of the West and the Pacific Northwest, also below average. And then if you look at the central United States, I mean, that is much above average temperatures. So, definitely something we need to keep an eye on there as we have that positive pattern of PNA pattern. And then for the next really 2 weeks into the next 3 weeks, above average for most of the country except for the Pacific Northwest. So looking to be a mostly warm pattern overall for portions of the most of the United States. So if you like warmer weather, if you like spring and summer type weather, this is the forecast for you. And then let's quickly look at some of the freeze that we're seeing. This is from the National Weather Service Norman. So it looks like there's some scattered showers this morning, freezing temperatures possibly tonight, and likely on Tuesday night. As you can see, this is for parts of Kansas City, not Oklahoma, by the way. Parts of Kansas City, going to be seeing some pretty cool temperatures, 30s, possibly even 20s north and east. So we'll have to see. So if you're living in these areas, make sure that you are keeping an eye on that. If you like cooler weather, you're going to like this. If not, just wait. Warmer weather should be on the way soon. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching. We'll have more videos and updates for you guys today. We actually have Joey chasing today, I believe. If so, we'll have a video for you then. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you all next time. And as always, have a great day. Bye-bye.